Welcome to His Boots, Her Heels, a podcast where we dive deep into the world of varying perspectives, including relationships, friendships, pop culture, and much more.
So lace up your boots,
Strap on your heels,
and get ready for the ride.
Welcome back to His Boots, Her Heels. I'm Samantha. I'm Brina.
And I'm Matthew.
And welcome to our Q&A After Dark.
Woo! And today we have a very special guest on the podcast from the Anything and Everything podcast, Hannah. Wait. Whoa! You good?
Yeah. She just fell in. Okay.
Hi, my name is Hannah, and I'm from the Anything and Everything podcast, and my other partner, unfortunately, is not here, my podcast partner, but his name is Slater. Hi, Slater!
Hi, Slater.
Hi, Slater.
So, what are we doing today with our Q&A?
So, here's what we're going to do. Each of us have 5 questions that we have a choice to ask whoever we want from any of us. And not gonna lie, I myself am very scared of these questions because I know you guys are insane. I'm looking at you. So we're gonna start with Matthew.
All right.
Oh gosh,
So let me get my list of questions out, guys.
He's pulling out his list, guys.
I put it on my list. It's getting serious now.
It's a death note.
Okay. So my first question is for Hannah. So Hannah, what is your biggest pet peeve in life? Just one that irks you the most.
When people who are supposed to be adults act like children. And I don't mean like, as a funny haha thing. Like when you're with your friends, 100% you should be acting like children with your friends because you're hanging out with them, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But I mean in like actual like adult serious situations, like it's so just... It's fine.
Yes.
Here you go.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I think that's probably a lot of our, like, it's a big pet peeve for us, I think. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, let's pull out my list.
I'm so scared for this one.
Okay, no peeking.
Please not me, please not me, please not me, please not me.
Okay. This one is for Matt.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Who should pay on the first date and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a very good question. I think it's interesting because I think there's multiple answers for this because I know I probably feel like there should be like one answer, but no. The pizza. But I think it depends on the circumstance. I feel like it's because I've been in this situation a lot too, or a few times. I feel like if bitches, shit.
Matt got bitches.
No. No. So I feel like, again, it's really up to kind of how you feel. But I would say it's either, at least my opinion, I feel like it's either you split it with the person, especially if you don't know them very well, or if you're friends with them and maybe you're like close friends with them and you have that kind of like camaraderie, I would say then the guy could pay. And I feel like that could show some respect and would just be a kind gesture. But I feel like sometimes, at least for me, it can get kind of awkward if you don't know the person. You're like, oh, like, and then sometimes they expect things or they get uncomfortable if you pay for them. And then it becomes like a whole, it's kind of like with tipping as well. Like a lot of times in like those kind of situations, if you don't like address that ahead of time, it can get very awkward. So I feel like kind of getting to that conclusion, I guess, before it happens is probably helpful. But I would say it depends on the circumstance. If you know the person, I would say that the guy could pay first on a first date just because, again, you're more comfortable. But I feel like just to make it a little bit less awkward, if the other person's okay with splitting it and you don't know them very well, I would just think splitting it is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I know some girls are okay with splitting. I know traditionally it's known to be the guy.
Yeah.
I also know people, like, some people have opinions of, like, whoever acts them out on a date.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So if the guy acts out to go to dinner, he's the one that pays. If the girl's like, you want to go out to dinner? She's the one that pays.
I've heard that too. And I think that also could work as well. Because then you're kind of establishing that you have that interest. So I think either one of those would work.
Yes, I would think so too. Samantha's turn.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh gosh.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Help.
Oh so scared right now. Okay, as I open up my piece of paper. Okay, I'm gonna start with Hannah. Hannah,
Yes.
a little bit of a juicy one. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew you were playing with fire and couldn't resist?
Like literally or metaphorically?
Metaphorically, like you knew you were in a bit of a pickle, but you like couldn't resist doing it, like a dangerous situation or something like that.
Like you knew it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But like I still had to try. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have. I can't remember any of like the juicier ones, but I can remember some of like the really like dangerous ones.
Oh.
I don't know if I should. You want me to?
I mean, whatever's not gonna get you arrested. I mean,
No.
Go ahead.
No. I'm not that crazy, guys.
Okay. I'm just checking. I'm just making
Okay,
sure.
so there's this joke in my family. Wow, I can't hold the mic straight. There's this joke in my family where I always have to get like the perfect picture. So a lot of times it's me sitting on the edge of a cliff where if you look down there is no safety net, there's no nothing. So basically I was sitting on the edge of a cliff and I have a fear of heights, but I still did it because I was like, I want to get the perfect picture. And literally wrong move and no more Hannah. So I tell my mom, take a picture of me. So I sit down, she's taking the back of me with the beautiful view. I think we were in Spain and we were climbing up a mountain and my mom takes like 20,000 pictures on my phone and she's like, Hannah, I got 10. And I'm like, Mom, did you get it? Hannah, I got 10. Get out from there. And my mom is screaming at me to like get out from there. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't tell my mom this. Mom, turn it off.
Oh no.
But as I was getting up, so like basically if I was if this edge was the cliff and this was like, your death, I was getting up from it and I almost slipped.
I could have never met you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually almost slipped like twice. It was just like my foot. The rest of my body, it was fine, but it's just like my foot, and I was like, "Oh, I'm fine."
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like, I guess a less tamer one, even though it's like falling to my death.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal, girl. That's so crazy.
Brina's like,
Rose said,
to a death story. That's an almost death story. That's crazy. That is crazy.
yeah. So, I gotta get the perfect picture, guys.
Your life is not worth a perfect picture. Your life is not worth a perfect picture.
but what if?
Excuse
it is?
why, Brina?
That, hold on.
Oh God.
That picture could give her millions.
I
You
still
never
have
know.
it, by the way. If I search
Put
in
it
my
in a
phone,
museum.
I have to like.
Museum. Put it in. Put it in an art gallery.
You guys would have never met me, but I would have had some bomb ass pics.
Exactly. It's like, she would have the money to her name, but she wouldn't even get to enjoy it. That's right.
Who's it gonna be? You know what? I'll give this to you, Matthew. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's a moment in your life that changed you forever?
Wow. This is interesting. There's so many moments.
What's like, I guess, a more recent one?
Okay. It's not recent, but it's like a few years ago. And I think the reason why I changed my life forever, and I could, because obviously I feel like that could have like a negative connotation, but I'm going to kind of probably say something that is like.
Change your life could be positive or
yeah,
negative.
exactly.
So.
Totally. But this one has I think a positive spin on it. So, like I had mentioned in our earlier episode about relationships, especially during like high school and the first semester or two of college, I went through some pretty hard like mental things, and it just made it very difficult for I mean, again, just to kind of enjoy life. But then like I had said, I had put this effort into improving my life, and when I did that, I had realized how like life could be great and how enjoyable it could be. Because I like before that, like I said, when I was going through those hardships, it really felt like there was no hope, and I felt like it was kind of hard to really imagine any kind of end to that pain. But once I was able to see the possibilities of like meeting so many people, including you guys, and just knowing that like real, true, like genuine people are out there. 'Cause that was another thing. I think that's what changed my life. Because I had this whole kind of, especially when I was going through that stuff, that like, oh, I'm just going to not like have any people that is going to support me and all that stuff. But then when I was able to find the true people that I know want the best for me and I want the best for them, that really did change my life, because it made me change my whole outlook on life and be like able to enjoy it. And I would say that is I was able to see the possibilities that are possible in life, and that was very inspiring for me. So I would say that.
As you should. I love that. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that you had to go through all that. That sounds
It's all good. Yeah.
awful, but you came out through the end. So I hope that you can see that you're strong.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's another thing where it changed my life, is it showed me what I know I'm capable of accomplishing and getting through. So yeah, that was very, very important for sure.
Soleil, girly soleil.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Next question, guys.
So,
my turn.
your
That's
turn.
right. It's back to
Okay.
me. Okay. All right. What? Okay. This one's gonna be for Brina. Who?
Help.
Help.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I need my comfort peanut
Your
butter.
comfort peanut-
My peanut butter.
your emotional support peanut butter.
Sorry.
Okay. I wrote this as like two different things. Like it could be an answer for both or just one, because I feel like it could kind of go into either. But because we were speaking of our last episode where we talked about red flags, what is your biggest green flag in a friendship or relationship? What is something that you're like, yes, I like that. That makes me feel like loved or supported in a friendship relationship? Because I know sometimes it can kind of be the same for both. So I'm curious.
I would think the first thing that came to my head is someone that is passionate of your passions.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say someone like the three of us in a major of arts, not many people kind of see that as like a big deal. They're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, I've had people ask like, oh, what are you going to school for? And I'm like, film. And they're like, oh, okay. But in high school, when I was telling everybody that I'm going to do aerospace engineering, everybody was like, whoa,
Yeah.
So someone like us, people in the arts, if we have a partner that is like so into what we do, I think that's a really big green flag because it shows how much they care about you. So I think I definitely think someone who definitely someone who is like willing to be there for you throughout, everything you do.
Yeah. I feel like that could be also like friendship or relationship. I feel like, again, like we've talked about, just somebody that's supportive and it has your best interest at heart. I think that's a huge green flag for sure.
Huzzah.
To add on to that, especially being film majors.
Yeah.
That if that partner also is like a film major, they understand late nights. They understand that we have to go. They understand that we have to cancel stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it's a lot easier because having to explain it's happened. Guys, sorry, I'm having a stroke. But no.
Okay.
No, it's happened to me a couple times where it's like, why are you leaving? Why are you going out until like 2 to like go film? And it's like, I am.
That's
filming.
what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I've sent you photos. I've sent you proof. Well, I don't believe you. It's probably you and your friends, and you're probably doing this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
First off, hold on. But yeah, no, like, I think it makes it a lot easier, so.
Yeah. And I think actually even just you saying that is like another green flag of like a partner or a friend, whoever, but that is confident enough in your relationship to not be insecure. Because like you were saying, like, oh, show me, like, I don't believe all that stuff. I feel like if you have somebody that is like, oh, love you, whatever, have fun. Like, I feel like that's just such a like sigh of relief that you're like, I can just be myself around this person and they understand my life and what makes me happy. Yeah. And I do the same for them. So yeah. I think that's very important.
Someone who is just holding you down, like questioning you like that with everything you do, that's a no.
That's not gonna work. Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
You gotta have trust in a friendship, a relationship, anything.
Exactly, for sure, definitely. Yeah.
Okay,
it's your turn, Brina.
All right, let's see. No peeking.
Uh-oh.
Stop.
Stop.
Get out.
Samantha.
She's like, no.
Okay. We're going to go with Samantha.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Hand it over.
Okay. How did I know it was going to be me? Oh, gosh. I am so scared. Oh, no. Okay. Lay it on me, Brina. What is this?
What is your most toxic trait, and do you even want to fix it?
Damn.
My most toxic trait?
Yes.
That's a very deep question.
Oh, God. Okay, here it is. My most toxic trait is that I'm bossy.
Ooh, you are.
I am very bossy because I take things super seriously. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm one of those people that is like, okay, well, first of all, I've always been told I'm a perfectionist, which I can see it because I'm that kind of person that like, I need to get this done. This needs to be a certain way. You know, even though I'm not a film major, so I don't have to worry about like the nitty little gritty things that come into film.
I think anybody can be a perfectionist. Yeah. To me, being a perfectionist just means that you care.
Yes.
True.
And I'd rather have someone that cares than someone who doesn't give up.
But like even not being a major that's like there's stuff where you do have to be a perfectionist and kind of worry about that stuff, even though I'm a communications major and that's a little different. Yeah. Like I'm still worried about my grades. I'm always kind of achieving or wanting to be in that good goal range. Right. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to let people down. Yeah. Like, and I'm always just trying to strive for my best. So this is where my bossiness comes out of me. And it doesn't mean to show at all. But I think ever since my high school years where I've had to have projects with other people, like
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, God.
I knew you were going to say something with projects.
In my high school years, and this is so funny, for my statistics class, even we had to like make movies and stuff like about math. I know a math class, you have to make movies. What?
Ew, what?
I know what. Okay. But our teacher was chill. And I kind of had to like be a little bossy, and I think that's where I started to see it the most, is because I was like, well, hey guys, this needs to be done a certain way, and like I you know, we have to try to get this done, and like especially with the film schedule, I was trying to like be like, okay, we have to get this stuff done, and that's when people, especially like my high school friends, my ex I don't give a shit about, but like my but my high school friends telling me that like you're bossy, like what why are you bossing us around, and that's where that kind of came from, and I started to realize it. And I've been told it, like obviously by my ex, I don't care, but like even by my parents, my mom has just been like, you're a little bossy, you know that? And like I don't know if it's the Aries in me or something, I don't know if I believe in the astrology stuff, but like I just have that, and I feel like
you're an Aries.
Yeah, that's what I That's where it clicked. It clicked. But yeah, I don't know if that's where that comes from, but yeah, that's definitely something that I feel like I can try to improve on. I know I have that in me. I don't know how toxic that really is.
It can be.
It can be, but if you like, depending on how you use it.
Yeah.
If you're purposely being bossy, then that might be like toxic.
It also has to do with like wanting control. Like I feel like if you want control for the worst, like it, not like you want control because you want it to look good. No, if you want control so nobody else has the power to do anything they want, like, can I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
This one story you told us. One of your group projects that they didn't let the girl do anything.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Samantha are in the same class, so.
Yeah, it's really bad. Just for some context, there was a oh no, my little squishmallow. There was a group project where it was 3 guys and 1 girl, and they didn't let her have any creative freedom in making the script or having any say in how to create the video for the project. So she was just basically like thrown out and
chop liver,
and it kind of shows like this. And we're trying to in the project mimic like, you know, a bunch of like associates that work with each other, so it kind of shows sexism in the workplace in a sense. But yeah, it's just I felt horrible for her. But yeah, go ahead with what you were gonna say.
No, I was just like using that as an example of like that's how power can be controlled like in a bad way.
Yes, yeah.
But it's like if you try to take control of the group because nobody's doing anything, you want to, you know, make it look good, then I say that's a plus.
Okay.
I'd rather have someone like that in my group than someone that just doesn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, because like that's my part of the group too. Like usually being part of a group, I'm the one that's like talking in the group chat, be like, okay guys, let's get started. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Well, I think I'm ready to move on to the next question. It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Up on my big freaking list. Don't look. Brina.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go with Matt.
Here we go.
Matt,
Let's do it.
what is your deepest insecurity?
Wow.
Brina's just having. Brina's just screaming inside.
I like that one.
I'm glad.
Poor Matt.
Poor Matt. It's just
I know,
it's just
poor
to put me on the
Matt,
spot
poor
here,
Matt.
guys.
Sorry,
You're all
Matt.
good.
I'm just so curious from a guy's perspective.
Yeah,
What is your deepest insecurity? Because us girls, I know a lot of girls have deep insecurities. So I'm just so curious to what a guy's insecurity is.
So she's just
I am
like,
not
actually,
going to use it against him. I'm not using it
she's like,
against
hey Matt,
him.
actually, when you said
No. God.
Hey man, remember when you said
yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a really hard question. I've mentioned this a few times before, and I think this might be a little bit cliche, and it's not something that's like an insecurity as much now, but it definitely was like growing up and even kind of like in my teenage years. Definitely failure. I would say that's a huge insecurity of mine. And it still is from time to time. I wouldn't say it's as bad now, but like we talked about, I think it's just the kind of creative person in me. Again, just being in the arts and having all those creative passions and everything like that. I care so, and not even just in my passions, about people and relationships I have and everything like that. I care so deeply for anything I care about. And so I think the fact of losing that really scares me and
preach.
Yes, preach.
You have no idea how much I'm feeling this.
You're like, I relate.
Stop calling me out.
But yeah, it's definitely a very scary feeling. And I think, especially because like I had said, when I care or I'm so invested in something, I give 110% of my energy to that.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you should.
And I think, and that's why I said I think now that's why it's not as bad of an insecurity as mine, because as I've grown up and become more of an adult, I've definitely realized, and I have more of the mindset now of I would much rather try and fail than not try at all.
Yeah.
And that is something I've really like learned, because I've noticed, especially like in the last few years of being like a young adult, where there's been things I've like haven't done. But then I was like, damn it, I wish I would have tried that. I regret, and I don't have the opportunity to ever try it again. And I think that is definitely a big thing. But yeah, I would say overall, like in my life, it's been failure for sure.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And that's honestly a good. I think that's an insecurity we all tend to feel, especially as college students. It's like the major insecurity. But I feel like also with guys, it might be like, oh, you're guys, you're meant to succeed and, do well out there. So that might be seen as like, with the gender norms and everything like that might be more like, oh, that's unacceptable.
Exactly.
Kind of deal.
Kind of like we talked about in the first episode with like, oh, guys don't get emotional, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like the same thing. It's like, oh, guys have to succeed, and if they don't, then they fail.
Right,
it's like
exactly.
I feel like, again, it's just because that's the culture, but you kind of grow and learn how to not really listen to that.
Yeah. As you should.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
All
Hannah,
right.
she wants to say something.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to say. I like leaned.
She was just
so
waiting. She was like
slowly,
leaning by the mic. She was just like, I'm ready.
And with that, it is Hannah's turn.
It is Hannah's turn, guys.
Oh, goody. All right, let's see.
I'm curious if this is going to go too.
Just for Samantha.
Just for Samantha. The ASMR.
Oh no.
Here you go.
Oh, what?
You. Yep.
Hee hee.
She knew it was going to be you.
Yes.
Matt knew.
I just saw her and I was like, there you go.
I didn't even realize you were looking at me.
Okay, you ready?
No.
You better be.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here you go.
Oh no.
When do you feel most like yourself?
Most like
Wow,
myself.
that's a good question.
Thanks, man. When I feel most like myself is when I'm home.
That is so fair.
Yes, because I just go down to my computer and I do whatever I need to do. I could do my homework, I could play my games, I can go on call with some of my friends that I've known since I was 16, so almost 5 years now. That's where I feel most me. Because the friends that I've known for almost 5 years now, I hang out with them like almost every day. So, and you know, we're like on call with each other for hours on end. Like we stay up a lot of nights together. We just, you know, play games together and it's really fun. And it's like, I could make the most rancid jokes in the world.
Oh my
God. And they will give back that energy.
I understand.
That's the thing with friends that I love. That's another green flag.
Yes.
When a friend can match your energy.
Yes.
Because it's like, let's say some people on campus, I can't say the jokes I say with my friends.
Oh yeah, no,
because people
I
take offense. So it's like, it's only with a few people.
I'm also gonna say like I wonder if you'd agree with this too, but that's also like a green flag and like a partner as well.
Oh
I think
yeah, 100%.
friends and partners.
Oh
yeah.
Woo! Yeah, because it's like, you know, you get excited for something, like even if it's just like painting your nails. You're like, look, I got my nails done. And then like I would love a guy to be like, yo, whip them out. Let me see.
Yeah. Yo, whip them out.
Let me see.
Yo, let me see those razors.
Yeah.
Let me see them Wolverines.
I love the energy. If like somebody is just like so mellow, and I know sometimes like I can be a little mellow too, but you know, when I'm around the right people, my lovelies, when I'm around the right people, I give that energy.
Yeah.
And it's like, if someone doesn't give that energy back to me, I'm gonna be like, okay.
Okay, thanks, dude. You made me feel stupid. Fuck you.
Literally. Yeah. Like
No,
sometimes I can say something, like I try to make a joke or whatever, and then the person takes offense to it, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, I understand like the whole like friends thing. Like I have a person who is like a sister to me. That's what I was trying to say. I have a friend who's like a sister to me. She started out as like a friend of me, and then we became sisters. And I felt that like when I'm able to, we call and we text, and I know we're both very busy people, but when we get together, it's something else. Like literally, I say the most crude jokes to her, and she's like, "Oh Lord, Hannah," but then she starts saying stuff, and I'm like, "Hey, hey."
No, yeah,
So
I feel
I
that.
understand.
Yeah.
My sister from another mister.
Yeah, just like a friend who gives back that energy. It's like it just makes you feel so much happier.
No,
it
literally.
makes you feel like at home.
And
you know?
sometimes it's healing. Like
Very.
like not even like to be funny. Like it sometimes all you need is like just to talk to a couple friends or a friend or whoever for like a good hour or two, and it's like like your soul ascends.
Yeah, I have a friend that like she can get upset very easily sometimes. So it's like if someone stupid says something to her or like, you know, anything like that, and it should be kind of like a thing that just should blow over your head, but you know, she gets a little upset. And it kind of, not that it ruins her day, but it's like I get in call with her and you can tell she's in a bad mood. When it's me and her in that call, not even 10 minutes go by and she's laughing her ass off with me.
Aww.
So it's like that's what I love in a friend who gives that to me, and I love giving that to a friend. It makes them feel better, and it makes me happy to know that this person loves me enough to like, if she had a really shitty day, then everything will be okay.
Yeah.
That is so sweet.
I know, that's so sweet. But just going back to the question I was asked, I don't want to take up too much time, but it just what you were saying about like those like true friends can really feel like home. And a lot of times like people don't really bring that up, but I think that's why when I was saying that one of the reasons that my life had changed when I had met all the friends I have now is that like it really does change your life when you have that kind of support and the people that pour that energy into you. And again, I think sometimes maybe at surface value, you don't really think of that. And, but yeah, that's a little quick thing. But yeah, I just think it's very important to, what happened?
You live longer.
Yes.
Like, can we just like say that you actually, this is like scientifically proven. If you are with like the right people and everything, you actually live longer.
Yeah.
It actually puts like years onto your life instead of when you're with people who are more like, you know, they can't take a joke or they stress you out
They really
or whatever.
drain you. Yeah.
It actually takes years off your life, which is like insane.
I
how
can
much
second that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
it's insane how much not just people but also like your environment can actually like.
Yes, it really makes a huge difference.
No, it really does. Like, it's crazy because like for a little bit I was into looking up this kind of stuff. I don't know why. I just was. I don't know. It's one of my phases, guys.
Psychology is very interesting.
It is very
So that kind of topic.
Your
kinda goes with
mind is very powerful.
that. Very.
So yeah.
Literally, like, sorry. Literally.
Psychology minor, I can agree.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the brain is the most powerful thing, the mind, everything. If you like tell yourself that you're sick, your mind will think that you're sick and you'll actually get sick. So
Yeah. No, it's
powerful.
completely true. So people out there, be with good people.
be good people.
Be with
please.
good people, guys, because then you'll live longer.
Yes.
That, and also you don't know what's happening in someone's life.
Yeah.
They could be the happiest looking person in the world, but they could be dealing with something very tragic.
Canetti said that. He
Yeah.
was like, oh, like this person is like, you know, like what you said. I was going to say it again, but I'm like, no, you already said it.
Yeah.
But no, literally, like, Canetti is correct on that.
Yeah, he is.
Speaking of, come here. Come here. Well, okay, next question.
Oh, who is Matt going to choose now?
Well, good thing you have the mic because it's coming to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you've asked
No, I
me a
haven't asked you
question
one
yet.
yet,
Okay. Go
This
ahead,
is
go
actually
ahead.
a pretty deep question. I'm just really curious.
Oh
'cause
gosh, why am I getting the deep questions?
Yeah.
Brina.
You're a psychology major. You should like this. Oh, wait, minor. Sorry, minor. Major? Minor. Major, minor.
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 Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, like we had talked about on the last episode, we've all had like different experiences, relationships, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm curious. Yeah.
Oh God.
What is a belief about love that you had before being in relationships that you had to unlearn that you found out was not true?
Oh my God. That's a good question. That is a really
there you go,
good
like a deep
question.
question in there, yeah.
Oh gosh. Wait. Okay. So what was a belief
You had about love and relationships that you had to unlearn because you're like, that's actually not true about love.
that the person who you truly love and who you think cares about you will always be there for you no matter what and will support you no matter what. That was a belief that I absolutely had to undo.
Yes.
Especially, we've talked about in the second episode, not trying to harp on it
bring
too
on that
much.
again, yeah.
But just like,
Second episode.
Yeah, check that out, guys.
check the second episode,
check
you'll
it
know
out,
what I'm
guys.
talking about. But no, the fact that you think that the person that you love the most is always going to support you no matter what. Like, especially like with a relationship, they're always like, oh, you know, you got to learn to trust. You got to learn that they're going to be there for you and everything like that. And I feel like with my past relationships, like that was a belief, especially with what happened with me in theater and all that shit. I had to learn that, no, your partner is not, the people that you love are not always going to be there to support you. And obviously that's a red flag in itself. But like that was a belief I definitely had to go through, is like, they're just not going to be there for you. And that is the hardest part. And it really just shows their true colors and that they're not a good person and you need something better.
Yeah.
So I think, the whole thing about support and that was a whole journey in itself. But yeah, I would say
That's a
lesson to learn.
No, I was going to say.
I know it is. I know it's a hard ass lesson to learn. Believe me, my 18 and 19-year-old self was like struggling with it a lot.
But you know what? You've
you,
really
girlie.
grown out of it, and
Thank
you've
you.
had really thrived, and it's just awesome to see where you are now and everything. But it's such a hard truth to really accept and learn, because like you had said, because kind of when you just think about it, oh, of course, the person I love or the person that I'm in a relationship with or just people that care about me are always going to be there for me and love me. And then when that happens, you're like, oh, right, like this can still happen. When you completely have that in your mind, it's just so crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh gosh, Brina.
Hannah.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Hannah.
Oh no, why am I scared?
It's okay.
Okay.
If I can do it, you can do it.
I think you'll like this one. I think you'll like it.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Okay. When was the last time you felt butterflies?
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. She looks so traumatized. What the fuck?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I thought you would have liked it.
I'm not gonna say names, and I'm not gonna get into it. But there was this guy slash a friend who had told me that he liked me and loved me, and I was the only love for him, and blah blah blah. And long story short, this guy that told me he liked me, blah blah blah. I'm on a hiatus at the moment. Like, I've been on a hiatus for a bit with like dating and stuff, because I've had so much shit happen to me that it's just like med, you know. No offense, Matt, but some of y'all are awful.
He's one of the good ones.
I'm sure. He better be. Anyway, so long story short, I got I got some butterflies a little bit because he made me feel great. You know, he was just like really good friend, blah blah blah. And I thought that maybe on a hiatus, I had like the second thought of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I should, you know, try to go out there again with this guy. But then he kind of screwed me over. And a long story short, I'm not friends with him anymore. But I felt butterflies after not feeling them for a little bit because of one of my previous exes, my last exes. They went into the mental hospital when I was dating them. And they also were just not really good. They weren't attentive. They didn't like... It was just really bad. I'm not going to get into it because God forbid they watch this. But yeah, and it just kicked me in the ass once again. And now I'm on even stronger hiatus because men don't know how to act. Anyway. So yeah, sorry if I'm like not saying a lot. It's just like if I say a lot, I'll start getting emotional and cry. So I'm just like, you know, so.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all
you know.
good.
You're okay. I'm sorry about that.
You're good.
I'm so sorry.
Not the PTSD eyes. Like,
I thought you would have
God.
liked that question.
No.
It's okay. It's okay, Brina. It's
I know
okay.
you wouldn't ask it to harm or hurt me, so I'm chill with you. So it's good.
All right.
She's like, no, fuck you.
Brina, it's your turn.
Help. Help me.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna act the most intense one first.
Wait. I have two.
You have two.
Oh, no.
She's going to kill me, guys.
Are you saving that one for last?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course
yeah,
I
of course
am.
you
What
do.
the
Of
what?
course
What?
that's for last,
Why would I
guys.
not save that for last? By the way, it was picked by her mother, so.
We all know.
How dare you, Mom?
Okay.
Betrayal.
So, Brina, was there a dream you had as a kid that you secretly still hold on to? Or is there a dream that you secretly still hold on to in general? It doesn't even matter if it was from when you were childhood, but like, is there a dream that you hold on to?
I do. I
Oh,
absolutely do.
I'm so interested here.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
I'm in Hannah's situation now that I'm
Oh,
trying not to cry.
Oh no.
Okay.
PTSD.
It hits us hard, guys. It hits us really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does.
So, this is pretty emotional for me because not as often now, but I had a moment in my life where like dreams and nightmares were really, really bad for me. This was a few years ago. I think I was still in high school. I have a niece and 3 nephews from my sisters. And I adore them all for my life. I will kill for them. I will die for them. I love them from the bottom of my heart. So this one dream really stuck to me. And it started off with me and my family, you know, plus my niece and my 3 nephews. We were at like this pumpkin patch kind of thing. And have y'all seen, like, in pumpkin patches, they have like a kind of tractor thing that you sit on hay bales and they they drive you wherever it is for like the apples or pumpkins, whatever. So we were all on there, and you know our backs are against the you know, the bars or whatever on the tractor cage, I guess. And we're just talking, we're having a good time, and suddenly a huge cow like comes in from like the cornfield out of nowhere and rams into like the cage of the tractor.
Damn.
And it makes us tip over. And so like I was on me, my niece and my oldest nephew were on like the back side of it, so it's like we see it coming to us and it tips over like that. So like we're falling back. And then it cuts to like me holding on to my oldest nephew, like I'm protecting him or whatever. And we're okay. We're like, okay, we're a little hurt. Like we feel hurt, but like we're chilling. And then I get up and I look around for everybody, like if everybody's okay. I turn around and I see my niece, like, what's the word? Impaled by like one of the fences that was behind everything. And you know, dead.
Holy shit.
So I see that. I physically see her body, and then I wake up.
Oh my God, that's traumatizing.
And I have had a lot of dreams of family members dying in like very tragic ways, and it made me feel like it was my fault. That's how the dream
Oh my
said.
God.
But that one was like specifically the craziest one I've had.
Yeah, no, that's insane. And I feel it's even like hurting me because I've met her, and like that's insane. Oh my God.
For any of my family members that are watching this, I know my sister, which is the mother of my niece. I know she watched, you know, the episodes or whatever, so she's probably gonna watch this one. Hi.
Hi.
Yes,
Dreams about that.
Oh my God.
And I've told her it before, so we kind of like had a theory together, saying like I've had those dreams because I see her growing up, and I feel like I can't protect her from everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
I love that girl so freaking much. I don't even think words can explain how much I love this girl.
Aww.
She is literally my best friend. She's 11 years old, but she is my best friend.
Damn. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow, I did not expect an answer like that. That was good, girl. It was good.
Like,
Damn.
You asked that question, and that was the one that immediately went into my head. I was like, ooh, I got one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, Hannah, I believe it is your turn. Lay it on me.
If fear wasn't a factor, what would
I can't. You're not speaking English. Speak English.
If fear
If fear
wasn't a factor,
wasn't a factor,
what would you do with your life?
one, I think I would potentially start a YouTube channel. That was something I've always wanted to do.
You
Doing it
should.
now. I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, be an actual like YouTuber.
No, you should.
YouTuber?
No, you should. Like
Like-
actually.
That was one thing I've always wanted to do, and I think another big thing is that I'd always want to be like a professional actor on stage. That was one thing, and I think fear has really taken that away from me. I don't know if I've ever told you this, and I don't think you've known this. So, new juicy a drop for the podcast, guys. I was once a theater major.
I had a feeling.
You had a feeling?
I had a feeling.
So there was a lot of stuff that went down with that, but like I still have that love for theater in the back of my mind. And like if I wasn't fearful about money or expenses and how about how people don't make lots of money when it comes to those kinds of careers, I think I would just go for it. Or if I wasn't as fearful about the audition process or stuff like that, because like I still love it. You know, it's still something I really adore, and I think that would still be a path that I would want to go down. So I feel like something, even though people say fame is like not a good option because people get into fame and then they kind of regret their life choices, you know, I feel like if I could and I wasn't fearful of it, I would just go ahead and take these opportunities and do the best I could.
No. Oh,
Can I?
I was gonna ask you a question. But go ahead.
This is a drop for me too. As someone who once auditioned for Disney,
Slay.
Yeah.
The audition process is in fact very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
I can only imagine.
On the
Yeah.
other side, I understand. Like, I understand it can be very fearful for everyone. And so, like, when I actually start being in the film industry, I'm going to try to make it as, like, non-stressful as possible. Because, like, I know for actors, including, like, obviously film crew as well, cast, everyone, it's stress. The whole process of making a film is extraordinarily stressful because every single day you have to be on your A game.
Right.
And that's why people break. So I understand completely where you're coming from.
Thank you.
But my next question to that is...
Oh, gosh.
Then let's say, like, hypothetically, if you had like a job that was stable, you had money coming in, would you try to get into acting as like a second job, or I don't want to say hobby, because I definitely think film and acting are way more than a hobby, but I guess for just better lack of terms, as a quote unquote hobby to be able to make more money on the side,
Like to do it?
to actually do it if you had a nice
Well, I guess if anyone, and I hope this is not a question coming up because then I'll spoil it. But if anyone were to ask me, like, what is your biggest fear that you have about your future? And, like, one of the biggest fears I have is that I want to do theater as a side thing. And I'm worried that I'm never going to do it again, you know? And, like, I think that's the thing is, like, I've always wanted, you know, to do it as a hobby and, like, for something to be that I enjoy. And I want to be able to do it again one day. I'm just kind of fearful that it's not something that's going to come into my life again, you know, and I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I did get when I had it. And like obviously bad experiences, but I still want to be able to kind of move past that and like have maybe a couple more opportunities up on stage for the rest of my lifetime. Like you only get to live once and you know, like you don't have a lot of chances. So I feel like if I get to perform in one last show as like a side hobby in front of like as a theater company, I wouldn't care. If it's something fun, I would love to do that. And
as you should. I mean, I think the biggest thing for most people, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is like taking that first leap.
yeah.
Like I know that it can be very nerve-wracking to, you know, because it's your podcast, go ask that girl or guy or they, them, whoever out, or to go and do something with acting. But
Yeah.
I've seen your acting and I think you're very good at it.
Thank you.
I mean, you're able to take notes from a director. You're able to actually put in things, which is really huge for film.
Yeah.
You seem like you know what the hell you're doing, which I've worked with some actors and you know. But I think honestly, like, you know, I want you to be able to make money. I want you to be able to live a comfortable life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want you to follow your dreams and do what you need or what you want to do for yourself, or what you need to do for yourself.
I mean, I'm happy in the major I am, and like I'm grateful for everything that I've gotten from the opportunities. But like, I still wish that, you know, if I didn't have that fear and
you can, you can do it.
Thank you.
I literally, like, you can definitely do it, even if it's on a smaller scale, like being part of a, I don't know, YouTube crew or some shit.
Well, yeah.
But, like, you can do it. Just like any of us, we all can do it. We just have to take that first step. And I definitely think, especially with your experience, you can.
Thank you. I appreciate
I love you,
it.
Gritty. I love you too.
Matt's turn.
Matt's turn.
All right, Brina, you're up again.
Brina.
I don't think I have to be too scared about this one because it's more of like an opinion than like something that's happened to you. So I think you'll like it, I think. So we've kind of talked about this also in the first episode, like kind of briefly. But what is a stereotype about girls that you hate, and what is a stereotype about us guys that you hate?
Oof. A stereotype from girls
that you think that should not be like that.
I don't know if this is a stereotype, but this is just how I feel that some people look at girls as. That like we are very attention seeking. So it's like, let's say in relationships, like the girl is the quote unquote like most affectionate one and always wants to be around the boy or whatever. That's not always the case. I've seen plenty of boyfriends that like are always so lovey-dovey with their girl, and it's like no, not like that, like hugging and everything, whatever.
You know what you mean.
Yeah, Brina.
Okay. Yeah. So that's that. With guys,
I'm curious to hear this one.
I gotta think. Just say the stereotype and no.
That men always have to be like the strong one.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't like that stereotype because it's just so not true. Like, cause not that like the girl has to be strong too or whatever. Like, you know, whoever you are, that's who you are. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like, you know, guys can break down too. Guys can have a bad day too. And it's like, just man up, you'll get over it. No. Like they want to be consulted too.
Exactly.
Y'all are human just like us girls.
Yes.
So you deserve the same comfort as we do.
Exactly. And it's interesting that you say that because I've thought about this recently, like just whether it's friendships or relationships, that I'm the kind of person, I'm not sure what you guys think, but I'm the kind of person, whether it's in a friendship or relationship, if I'm having a bad day or I'm just going through it emotionally, I want to be comforted by the people I love. I don't want to kind of be left by myself. Yeah. Like sometimes maybe I want to have my space, but like, yeah. So I feel like that's really true that like, a lot of times, like you said, the stereotype is that, the guy will brush it off, whatever. Yeah. But like having that support, it means so much to us. And I think that doesn't really get talked about a lot. So, yeah.
Most of the time, I'm the kind of person that like, if I'm having a bad day, I want nobody to bother me. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I get that.
And I know self-isolation is not a good thing.
Yeah.
But that's just what I do.
It is needed. Huh? Yeah, totally.
Sometimes it's definitely needed. But that's like the main thing I do, and I've heard that like that's not a good thing. So, but I'm like, whatever. This is how I function.
Yeah.
I just need to be alone in my room sometimes for I don't know, a whole day. And
that's totally cool.
I just turn off my phone and I'm like, goodbye world.
Yes, you know what? We need that day sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I ask.
Yes, your turn. Uh-oh, here we go.
I was about to give it to you.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. No peek.
We're going to go with Samantha.
Here we go.
Because she just loves me so much.
I love you.
Okay. Oh, God.
You're going to love this one.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm scared.
Okay. This one is my most favorite question that I have on my list.
Oh, is that a good thing?
I think it's a funny thing.
Oh, okay.
It's a funny thing. If you had to roast one person in this group, what's your opening line?
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Well, I love you all so very much.
Yo, she laughing. She's got something.
Because I could roast all of you. But who's the most, would you say?
If you want to roast all of us, go ahead.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
You have the best taste in men.
Oh, shit.
Why did I feel like you were going to say that?
I completely know I do.
That was coming.
I'm sorry I had to.
No, you're completely... yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But answering your question, if I had to roast anyone, I would mostly roast Matt because why do you always wear flannel, bro?
Because it makes me feel confident.
Okay, fair. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take that. Also, what's up with those interesting books you read?
Oh shit.
Okay, now that's good.
She's like, shit. Nah, but yeah, sorry, Matt. I gotta roast your fashion. I gotta roast your fashion. Wait, here.
I promise I'm a child of God.
Ask him one thing. I just gotta know from a man's perspective,
Yes.
why is flannel in? Why is flannel
I have no
style
idea.
for guys?
I have no idea. I don't know what it is. I think again, like I don't know why. I just like the style, and I'm just the kind of person most people notice that I like prefer long sleeves. So that's just kind of and flannel is a comfortable long sleeve option. So I'm like, it's kind of convenient.
Also, to Brina saying she's a child of God. Are you sure about that?
Oh, what?
Why is it just us roasting each other now?
Please, I have to be.
She's like,
Oh wait, her mom. Yeah.
Oh, she's a child of God.
yes,
She's
guys,
a child of
yes,
God.
we're like,
Okay, well, this is chaotic.
okay, next
Thank
question.
You, Brina.
Yes, thank you.
Matt, it is your turn again.
Uh-oh.
So you can stay right
I'll
where
stay
you
here.
are.
Let's do it.
I was going to ask you a different question.
Why are you talking in that voice?
I was going to ask you a different question, Matt, but they kind of are the same thing.
Okay.
So instead, I'm going to ask, what is your opinion on guys opening the car door for a lady? Do you feel like that is still a norm that we should be accepting in our society?
I definitely am on the side where I would still do it, and I would have the opinion that I think all guys should do that, and I should see that as a sign of respect and care for the person that you're dating. So yeah, I would definitely say I'm on the side of doing that, but like you had said, it really depends on like who you are. But for me, definitely, I think that's a thing I would do.
Deeper question.
Oh.
Did you do that when you were in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Good job.
So I was
Let's
like-
get bitches.
Yeah.
Hey!
And now we interrupt this podcast episode to introduce to you our special guest, Michael Canetti,
Hi everybody, how are you?
from the podcast I Wanna Be a Geek. Wow! So, we have a couple questions for you today.
I'm ready.
Our first question is, what qualities or habits do you see in your most successful students?
The ability and the willingness to show up and to try.
Very important.
That's the most important stuff. Showing up and trying.
If you were not teaching, what would you be doing?
I really wish that I owned my own business, like I own my own like TV studio or movie studio kind of thing. And I don't know, just random lotto winner that could have all the money that I just have ridiculous amounts of money to spend.
Gotcha. What is the worst insult you've ever been called?
Probably my own children just razzing me about my lack of hair on my head being one.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Yes. I can talk like Donald Duck. I do a series of voices, and I also am into woodworking. Like I do like custom woodworking stuff for fun.
And our last question, handpicked by Hannah from the Anything and Everything podcast, her very self. If you could teleport while blinking, does the blink finish in the new location or get left behind?
I guess the blink would finish when you're wherever you end up. You know, like blink. Oh, now I'm here. Kind of open your eyes. Would be my guess.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for being on our podcast.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Peace.
Have you ever loved someone you knew wasn't good for you, and would you do it again?
Who?
You.
Oh, say it one more time.
Have you ever loved someone you knew wasn't good for you, and would you do it again? Your mom approved this message.
Your mom approved this message. That's crazy.
Yes. Very recently. Obviously not gonna say names.
Yeah.
Would I do it again? Absolutely not.
There you go.
Woo!
Let's go.
Slay to Brina.
But anyways, thank you for watching the third and final episode of His Boots, Her Heels. You can. No. That starts
crying.
It's okay. Follow us on Instagram and TikToks as you see us post some chaotic shit, that's for sure. We got some interesting stuff coming. But anyways, thank you for staying. Woo! Bye! Love y'all. That's a wrap.